workaholic? Here are my 3 top signs that you may be a workaholic. And I have some
strong opinions
on mental health and how it's represented, especially from many people who are passionate about it and its treatment and all that other shit. I want to offer a rather contrarian one I've thought through many times that I still don't know if anyone can really disagree with. Maybe it's a little extremist, I don't know. Maybe you guys could tell me in the comments below after I explain it. But now, before I really begin on this short list,
I want to clear something up.
I fucking strongly dislike looking at problems and not bringing clear solutions to the table like here. This is the best thing, as far as I know, that we can do to solve this. And if you guys have any ideas, please fucking run them by me, because I don't want to feel like I'm in charge here. This isn't competition, it's collaboration. So I have a circle of mentors, people I look up to greatly, and one of maybe 7 of them, his name is Grant Cardone. This guy used to be heavily addicted to drugs, like all sorts of drugs. But he's been sober for maybe 25-30 years, and I think a huge part of that was the redirection from his focus on drugs to his focus on sales after getting out of rehab for the fucking I don't know what nth degree time. He was like,
if I hate my job, I hate my job. I'm still gonna get good at it because it's gonna make me money.
And he definitely found a lot of happiness in that alone along the way. Now, there are precautions to, to understand about that, but you can see it in his energy. You could just watch any of his videos. This guy, you won't see Ralph Smart or anything, but still, you will not see someone who is neglecting his own personal, spiritual, and emotional health fucking at all. Said in one of his videos once that all the greats were, are, and will stay addicted to something. Now me, I think deep down, we are all addicted to the same thing, but we just don't know it yet or realize it. This guy is a true role model, in my humble opinion. Any recovered addict to honestly probably anything. Now, I want to get that out of the way first, because it's just an example of what can happen when someone focuses. They take their proactive approach to focus on the things that are in the best interest of their health and future, versus focusing on something that may cause more anxiety toward it and stress if they don't approach it with such a premeditated, pre-educated perspective. That makes sense, right? Also want to get out of the way that whether or not addiction is a disease, it is a fucking thing that should be looked at by everyone, if not at least people who deal with it themselves. And these people should really say, what can I do with or about this that's positive? Because anything society looks at as a weakness, I believe at least, is a strength in disguise. Some kind of strength. And I'm gonna leave that on the table because I can't think of any exceptions to it, but I mean, if it gets misinterpreted, then fucking, if everyone in the world sees this video at some point, there's no way that less than one person will find something wrong with it. But the point is that addiction fucking kills people, ruins lives, it will bring out your inner demons to life, and it will destroy you and probably very easily other people if you can't use it to further the better good of you and other people. I think there are ways to rechannel that focus. If you put all the energy you put into that addiction into something good and you figure out how to balance it all, I feel like there's literally nothing but good that can come out of it. But anyway, sorry, I really had to get that shit out of my face. Number 1 is social life. Anyone who works too much, without question, puts too much time of their day into their work to see any friends or family. Like, I consider myself a workaholic. And I'm still, like, the thing I just said about, like, balance and everything, I'm actually working on that. But do I consider it a bad thing? Shit, man, sometimes, totally. But everything has a positive and negative consequence to it, to some degree. And it's all about knowing those consequences and identifying them first, so you can do shit with them to better yourself, like I said. But I work on these insight videos, I work on beats, and I rap and sing, and I don't have any fucking time to go out and play and make friends with people. I'm so busy working on all this shit, I have people go out and tell others about me anyway. In fact, to me, when I do play, which is what I consider it, it's rare. But when it happens, I put it on my schedule for work, along with my work. Because that alone, to me, is kinda like work. Spending time with my family or people I love is work. And I'm one to confess that. I don't like to sugarcoat things. I think too many people do that shit nowadays. I think it's actually literally bad for your health to lie to people and put layers upon layers of, like, insincerity, that's a word, right? Insincerity, on top of how you really feel. But, like, work is difficult. It's laborious. Laborious, what the fuck? Is English my actual, like, fluent native language? It requires lots of energy, however. Like Elon Musk says, though it's not work if you love what you do. I don't love spending time with my family or really anyone I know
that much.
I love spending time working on what I'm passionate about. What about you guys? Does your social life suffer as a result of the time, the energy you put into your work? I would say work ethic, or how much you get done, or how many hours or something, but I feel like when you start quantifying things like that is when this goes from a conversation of self-construction to a contest of dick measurement, and that's like unproductive. So fucking, let's not do that. Number 2 is social awareness. Most likely if you're addicted to work. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but when people are like, did you hear the news about Trump? Or the news about really anything, I'm like,
No, I don't watch the news.
they're like, did you see that movie? To me, Netflix is just a waste of time like all that other shit. Unless that's your field of work. For any reason other than your personal growth. For me, it's like, why bother putting time into it? I know a lot of these questions, the mentality behind them can be very harsh to many people. Maybe, but I think that's what the biggest long-term success requires to a degree. At least from the beginning, where you're doing a lot of the heavy lifting and you're doing a lot of the hard work, because like you can't just do smart work from the beginning unless you have a mentor, and especially if you're trying something innovative, I don't understand why that would require people to know everything from the start. But I'm not very aware of social events because I just pay that much attention to my work. It's like I live under a fucking rock.
I can't be the only guy who's like this.
Even other rappers and artists and whatever, they're like, have you heard the new album by really popular artists? I don't know, someone on Billboard. And by that time, I don't even, I barely know who the artist is, let alone their work. I engineered a diss track about Trippie Red, a couple months ago. This young rapper, very popular nowadays, and I never fucking ever listened to him because I've never had time for the sake of my work. Number 3 is health. Now, workaholism can fuck with your mental, emotional, spiritual, physical, pretty much all sorts of health. And that's obviously because of focus, of depth, of how much energy, time, and money you spend that you aren't putting into other areas of your life. There's a lack of balance, and when someone or something brings those areas to your attention, you may begin to realize that at some point they're not doing that well. So sometimes it's like you need to cut a little time, cut a little attention, cut a little of that shit out of your work schedule. A lot of people addicted to work are probably obsessed with self-discipline, but part of self-discipline is being able to discipline yourself to say yes to things you don't want to say yes to, like working out, for example.
But Sam, I have songs to write, and this to work on, and videos to edit, and beats to produce. I have things to print, things to set up, people to contact. I don't have time to work out.
Ah, but you do. You have time to do anything. The only reason you don't think so is because you can't discipline yourself yet into managing your time. I got good at time management. I'm still getting good at it, getting better at it. I think the development of time management for me as a skill throughout 2018 has really helped me balance my life in ways literally nothing else has ever. But I got good at it by watching a video of a sales coach named Brian Tracy from the late 80s, early 90s. It's about 55, 60 minutes long. I'll link it in the description. I watch this video in full every Sunday night at 10 p.m. I've been doing it for just about the last year, and I will continue to do so I can refresh my mind on all the principles and all the things that go into great time management, because I've gotten so much better at fucking life by doing this. It's a free video. You literally have nothing to lose but time, and honestly, in the video you actually learn a lot of ways to speed the fuck up out of your productivity. So there's literally nothing you can lose, because you're gonna get way more shit out of life and everything if you watch that video. I swear, multiple times at least. I know it was worth it for me. That's all I can say, for sure. Other signs and symptoms, apparently according to an article. I read this article
dude, this is ass. Approval seeking, low self-esteem, control issues, authority issues, perfectionism, escapism, preoccupation with work.
Fucking duh, I mean, it's addiction to work. Not roasting marshmallows in the middle of the winter. Unless that's your work, which I think would literally be pretty cool. And also lying. The more of that shit you deal with, the more likely you are, well, addicted to working. At least according to him. And it's not easy to tell, because I feel like we're rewarded, actually, by other people for our addiction. It's not like heroin addiction or anything like that. At the expense of our physical, spiritual, emotional, and all that other health that I mentioned before, we are actually spending our time and putting our lives really into making some sorts of contribution positive to the world. Nobody shames us for it, but maybe at least some of the people we're closest to. But if you're addicted to something, I'm convinced that you have already tapped into a hidden potential that you may not know about of greatness. No society will encourage you, ever. Hopefully, at least in 2019. In the future, part of the reason I'm making videos and music, and part of the reason I didn't kill myself in fucking, 2013? Is because I believe that there's a possibility I can contribute to a future where a society would do things like encouraging you to use your addictions and things that you love, to no end, to personal advantages. And advantages that contribute further to the world. And you balance them and everything just gets better. That's a topic for fucking, hundreds of different videos. Like Grant Cardone said, all the greats are addicted to something. Someone asked Dr. Dre in an interview, I don't know where, who, or anything. I saw it a while ago. They were like, how did you get to this point? He was like,
I never took took a day off. I worked every single day. Never took a single day off. Never, ever, ever.
And whatever life you want for yourself, whether it's one like Dr. Dre or Grant Cardone has, or you're like, Sam, why can't I just be fucking happy? I don't really care that much about money. Why do I have to worry about all this other bullshit? Here's my solution, because I'm tired of people thinking about all these things and talking about them and not doing anything more than that, because I feel like overthinking is the cause of underachievement. One of many causes, probably. And I'm tired of people labeling everything too, because that just contributes more to it. I think the best thing to do is take all the energy you would typically put into your addiction, no matter what the fuck your addiction is, but shift that focus and seriously commit to putting it toward the best thing you can do for your future. The best things. I am a kid. I'm just 21 years old right now. I don't have that much life experience, but I learn a lot about the life experiences of others, and I use that knowledge to help me reflect and add value to my own as it grows. So with that being said, if you're addicted to work or really anything, the best thing to do for you, I'm willing to bet at least, is put that type of energy into living the best possible life. Write down everything you need to do to make it happen. Don't procrastinate at all. I know this was a really dense, tricky video. What do you guys think? What are some other signs of workaholism? What are some other solutions? Because, I mean, I feel like our culture is too focused on problems and not focused enough on solutions. Because if you just focus on problems, you're gonna create more of them. But really, just like any solutions would seriously be appreciated. Any that are either resonating with mine or not resonating with mine, or fucking literally any. Please let me know what you guys think. And also let me know if you have other ideas you want me to talk about in future videos, and I'll give you a shout out if and when I use them. If you have any questions, please feel free to hit me up. There are links at the bottom of the description to all my social media. Also at the bottom of the description, there are links to my new production kits where you can find all the hardware and software that I use to make music and these videos. If you buy any, I get commission, which helps me build this channel and keep making these videos for you guys. I made all the beats in this video. If you want to use them, you can find links to each one in the description that I use from first to last, or at samuel.earth/beats. Make sure to leave a like if you like it, subscribe if you haven't already. If you could turn on that little bell to receive a notification every time I drop a new video, that would mean the world to me. Thank you guys so much for watching. You can find me everywhere, and I'll see you then.